In a land where time does not march, it lingers. Nature holds its breath and whispers stories carved into stone. Have you ever imagined a village floating in the clouds? Or a temple clinging to a cliff, untouched for 1,000 years? Some places aren't just hidden. They are protected, preserved by mystery itself. From sacred lakes that shimmer like mirrors to ancient paths walked only by monks, what you're about to see defies logic. These are not just destinations. They are echoes of forgotten worlds. Today, we journey into places that maps dare not mark, where the extraordinary remains unseen. Welcome to Magical Planet, where we uncover Earth's most hidden, surreal, and awe-inspiring places. From remote villages suspended in time to landscapes that feel like dreams made real, our mission is to take you beyond the ordinary. Each episode is a journey, across continents, across myths, across the unseen. So if you're passionate about nature's mysteries and humanity's forgotten wonders, you're in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this journey with fellow explorers. Your adventure begins now. In the furthest reaches of our planet, there's a place that seems otherworldly. It wasn't built by human hands, nor was it carved by water. This is Wangian Valley, a landscape so vast it feels like it stretches to the edge of imagination. But the truly staggering detail, the one that defies everything we know about creation, isn't its ancient age. It's the artist that created it, an entirely invisible force. Every tower, every surreal curve, every deep red canyon here was sculpted by the wind. So what purpose, what artistic drive in nature could have compelled an invisible force to create such a magnificent gallery? The answer isn't conquest, but pure, unrelenting patience. For millions of years, ceaseless winds have swept across the desert, carrying sand like billions of tiny chisels. They weren't trying to build anything. They were simply grinding away, stripping the weak layers of rock to reveal the resilient heart within. Every bizarre structure, looking like ghost ships, mythical beasts, or the ruins of ancient cities, wasn't a deliberate design, but a masterpiece born from controlled chaos. This wonder wasn't created by magic. It was formed through a slow and brutal process of erosion. Imagine vicious sandstorms screaming through here for millennia. Every grain of sand a blade, every gust of wind a strike from a hammer. This isn't a story of construction, but of creation through destruction. The price for Wangian's beauty was the mountain itself, which slowly dissolved into the air, leaving its breathtaking skeleton behind. Every deep groove is a scar of time, every polished surface the memory of a storm that has passed. In the end, standing in the silence of Wangian Valley, you're not just looking at rock and sand. You are witnessing the work of time itself, a symphony played on the breath of the planet. Wangian Valley is not just a location. It is a masterpiece sculpted from patience, a monument built by the power of the unseen, a timeless testament that sometimes the greatest beauty is born from the forces we can never see. Among Earth's most heavily guarded secrets, there lies a fortress, a crimson citadel with seemingly impenetrable walls, natural watchtowers soaring to the sky, and perfectly sculpted ramparts. This place is known as Gao Yiling, the Wing Tomb, but the most staggering detail, the one that makes it truly surreal, isn't its colossal scale. It's the fact that it has never been touched by a human stonemason. So what colossal force, what geological ambition, could have raised such a structure from deep within the earth? The answer lies not in the history of empires, but in the history of the planet itself. This is the result of the slow, unstoppable collision of tectonic plates that thrust ancient sandstone skyward. The brilliant red you see is oxidized iron in the rock, as if the Earth's own lifeblood was laid bare for the sun to see. Its purpose was not defense. It was a raw display of planetary power, a declaration written in stone. This citadel wasn't built up. It was chiseled down. Imagine millennia of driving rain acting as chisels, and howling winds roaring through its canyons, polishing its surfaces. Nature's most patient sculptors worked relentlessly, eroding the weaker sections to reveal the resilient core within. The price of this creation was eons of time and countless tons of rock washed out to sea. It wasn't made by stacking stone upon stone. It was revealed by stripping an entire mountain away. In the end, when you stand in the silent presence of Gao Yiling, you are not just looking at stone. You are witnessing a living geological masterpiece. Gao Yiling, the Wing Tomb, entombs no emperor. It buries something far greater, the memory of Earth's own violent and beautiful creation. It is a silent, eternal king, ruling over a kingdom of stone. Proof that the greatest designs are forged not in the minds of men, but in the heart of the world itself. In the most barren wilderness, there is a city, a metropolis of ruined castles, twisted spires, and ghostly figures rising from the scorched earth. This is the World Devil City. But the truly terrifying part, the detail that makes this one of the most haunted places on Earth, isn't what you see, it's what you hear. When the wind blows through these ruins, it's not just a breeze. It becomes a scream, a mournful wail, as if a million souls are eternally trapped within the rock. So what suffering, what ancient tragedy, could create such a terrifying symphony? Legend says this was once a magnificent city, but the arrogance of its people angered the gods, who laid it to waste overnight. But the truth is something far more primal. This city is the work of millions of years of wind and rain, merciless forces of nature that eroded the weaker rock, leaving these bizarre structures behind. The sound you hear isn't the scream of devils. It's the shriek of air being forced through countless cracks and caverns, the sound of the planet itself groaning. The city wasn't built with mortar and brick. It was forged from destruction. Imagine torrential rains and vicious sandstorms attacking this place for millennia, like invisible armies. Every powerful gust was a hammer blow, every raindrop a chisel, slowly breaking the mountain apart to reveal the shape of a nightmare city. The price of this creation was the disintegration of an entire landscape. What we see today isn't what was built up, but what was left behind. In the end, as you stand in the Devil City at dusk, listening to the howling wind, you're not just visiting a tourist spot. You are stepping into a primal auditory experience. The Devil City isn't haunted by lost souls. It is a geological orchestra, where the players are the wind and the instruments are the stones. A haunting reminder that sometimes, the desert silence can scream louder than any human city. Among the soaring, snow-capped peaks of the Himalayas, there is a scar on the face of the Earth, a crack so deep it seems to reach for the planet's core. This is Tiger Leaping Gorge, one of the deepest and most spectacular river canyons in the world. But the truly breathtaking detail, the one that defies all concepts of scale, isn't its sheer vertical depth. It's the roar you hear from the bottom, the sound of the entire, mighty Yangtze River compressed into a furious torrent, a liquid force capable of grinding stone to dust. So what fury, what unstoppable force, could have split a mountain in two? The answer isn't just in the legend of a tiger leaping the chasm to escape a hunter. The answer lies in the endless war between two titans, rock and water. For millions of years, as the surrounding mountains were continuously pushed upward by tectonic forces, the river refused to yield. It didn't go around. It carved a path straight through, a millennia-long war of attrition which water, through sheer, unrelenting persistence, ultimately won. This wonder wasn't built, it was gouged out. Imagine the power of billions of tons of water funneling through this narrow passage every second, carrying boulders and pebbles like abrasive tools. The river doesn't just flow. It grinds, it scours, tearing its way through the hardest rock. The price for this canyon's creation was the mountain itself, which was eroded and washed out to sea, one grain of sand at a time. Every sheer cliff face is a testament to the water's tireless persistence. Every violent rapid is a battle still being fought. In the end, as you stand on the edge of Tiger Leaping Gorge, feeling the spray and hearing the echoing roar, you aren't just looking at a canyon. You are witnessing a geological war playing out in real time. Tiger Leaping Gorge isn't just a gap between two mountains. It is a monument to the truth that even the most solid things on Earth must bow to the relentless power of something as soft and fluid as water. an eternal testament that persistence can cut through anything. In the arid lands of China, there is a place where the earth refused to be monotonous. A place where the hills and valleys themselves decided to become a work of art. This is the Zhangye Danxia Rainbow Mountains. But the truly unbelievable detail, the one that makes this place look like a mirage, isn't the shape of the mountains. It's their color. Vibrant bands of crimson, lemon yellow, emerald green, and deep blue spill across the hillsides like rivers of oil paint. A sight so vivid it seems impossible. So what natural alchemy, what cosmic palette, could have painted such a masterpiece? The answer lies not on the surface, but deep within 24 million years of geological history. Every color you see tells a different story, a different layer of sandstone and minerals laid down over time. The red is from oxidized iron, like rust on a planetary scale. The yellows and greens are from other minerals and ancient plant life. This wasn't a painting made in a day. It's a tapestry woven slowly over millennia, with each layer a brushstroke of time. This masterpiece wasn't created by an artist. It was revealed by the movement of the planet itself. Imagine the power of the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates colliding, buckling and warping these flat layers of rock, pushing them up and tilting them on their side, like slicing into a layer cake, revealing all the colors inside. Then, centuries of wind and rain acted as sculptors, gently eroding the surface to make the vibrant colors pop. This beauty wasn't born from stillness. It was born from violent collision and delicate erosion. In the end, when you stand among the vibrant hills of Zhangye, you're not just looking at a landscape. You are reading the colorful pages of Earth's history book. The Rainbow Mountains aren't just rock and mineral. They are a declaration, a living painting proving that even the slowest and most ancient geological processes can create the most immediate and breathtaking beauty. A testament that our planet, at its core, is a grand abstract artist. In the heart of the Tian Shan, the Heavenly Mountains, one of the most rugged and formidable ranges on Earth, there is an impossibility, a place of not jagged rock or eternal snow, but of perfect stillness. It is a lake, a flawless drop of sapphire cradled among colossal peaks. This is Tianchi, the Heavenly Lake. But the most stunning detail, the one that makes it seem otherworldly, isn't its beauty. It's its very existence right here, a mirror of stillness in a world of geological chaos. So what divine artist, what cosmic accident, could have set such a jewel in such a thorny crown. Legend whispers of the Queen Mother of the West. This, it is said, was her jade mirror, dropped from the sky during a celestial banquet. But science tells a tale no less epic. This is the legacy of a glacier, a river of solid ice that slowly scoured and gouged its way through the mountain for thousands of years, leaving behind a scar filled by the purest blue water imaginable. This jewel wasn't placed gently. It was forged. Imagine the crushing weight of billions of tons of ice, pulverizing the rock beneath it as it moved at an imperceptible pace. The price for this lake's formation was the mountain itself, which was ground down and broken over millennia to create a perfect basin. The serene beauty we see today was born from a slow, brutal creation process, a centuries-long war between ice and stone. In the end, when you stand on the shores of Tianchi, watching the snow-capped peaks perfectly reflected on its placid surface, you're not just looking at a lake. You are looking at a piece of the sky that fell to earth, a mirror reflecting not only the heavens above, but the immense, violent power that lies dormant beneath. Tianchi is not just a lake. It is a moment of absolute stillness, created from an eternity of chaos. An immortal testament that even in the harshest of places, heaven can find a way to touch the earth. In the heart of China, there is a mountain whose name translates to Wolf's Tooth. Its jagged peaks tear at the sky, and its sheer cliffs drop into shadowy abysses. But the most terrifying story from this place, the one that has seared its name into history, is not about a beast of nature. It's about 5 men and a choice they made at the very edge of the world. So what desperation, what loyalty could have pushed men to such an extreme? The answer isn't the ambition for glory, but an act of pure defiance. In 1941, during a brutal war, 5 Chinese soldiers were cornered on these cliffs. Their mission: to draw enemy fire, allowing their main force and local villagers to escape. They fought until the last bullet was fired and the last grenade was thrown. They were trapped between 2 impossible choices: surrender and dishonor, or one final act of defiance. This legend wasn't forged in metal or stone. It was forged in sacrifice. Out of ammunition and surrounded, the 5 soldiers first shattered their rifles against the rocks, denying the enemy their weapons. Then, facing the direction of their retreating comrades, they shouted one final battle cry and leaped from the cliff into the abyss below. They didn't build a path to victory. They became a symbol of resistance, choosing death over surrender. The price of this legend was everything. In the end, when you stand on Langya Mountain today, you are not just standing on a mountain. You are standing on an altar. The wind that whips through the peaks carries more than just sound. It seems to whisper their story. The monument that now stands on the summit isn't just a statue. It's a gravestone for courage itself. Langya, Wolf's Tooth, is no longer just a name for a shape. It is a name for the unbreakable spirit of defiance. A timeless testament that sometimes the most powerful statement a man can make is not to build, but to fall. In the heart of China, there is a sea where there should be mountains, an archipelago of over 1,600 verdant islands, each one like an emerald on the calm water. This is the Lushan West Sea. But the staggering truth, the detail that redefines this entire landscape, isn't its number of islands. It's the fact that this is not a sea, and these are not islands. They are the surviving peaks of a drowned mountain range. So what ambition, what grand human design, could have commanded an ocean to rise and swallow a world? The answer lies not in mythology, but in the ambition of the 20th century. This was not an act of gods. It was a colossal feat of engineering. The goal was to conquer a river, to build a massive hydroelectric dam, to generate the power that would light a nation's future. This underwater kingdom was born not from a prayer, but from a blueprint. This ocean wasn't created by the shifting of tectonic plates. It was created by concrete, steel, and sacrifice. Imagine the moment the dam was sealed and the water began to rise, slowly and unstoppably. It swallowed valleys, forests, ancient villages, and centuries of history. Every island you see today is a tombstone for a mountaintop that once touched the sky. This serene beauty was paid for with a landscape wiped clean from the map, forever. In the end, as you glide a boat through the still waters of the Lushan West Sea, you are not just traveling across a lake. You are floating over a lost world. You are witnessing a paradox, a breathtaking landscape forged from a profound act of destruction. The Lushan West Sea is not a natural wonder. It is a man-made phantom, an ocean of progress, filling the grave of a mountain, a testament that the greatest power to reshape our world is us. Amid the lush lands of China, there is a forest with no leaves and no birdsong. Instead, it is a silent world of towering spires, razor-sharp pillars, and limestone labyrinths stretching to the horizon. This is the stone forest. But the most astonishing fact, the one that challenges everything we know about forests, isn't what you see today. It's what used to be here, an ancient ocean. Every single one of these stone pillars once sat at the bottom of the sea. So what tectonic force, what magical transformation of the planet could turn a seabed into a vertical forest? The answer lies not in a single event, but in a 270-million-year-old story. As the Earth's crust shifted, this entire region was lifted from beneath the water, exposing a dense layer of limestone formed from millions of years of marine bones and shells. The sea receded, but it left a legacy made of stone. This forest wasn't planted. It was sculpted. Imagine millions of years of rainwater, slightly acidic, seeping through the cracks in the limestone. Like an invisible artist with an endless chisel, the water slowly dissolved and wore away the rock. The wind joined the dance, sharpening the edges. The price for this creation was the limestone mountain itself, which disintegrated and washed away, leaving only the hardest, most resilient parts behind, like carving away a massive block of marble to reveal the statues hidden within. In the end, as you wander the silent corridors of the stone forest, you're not just walking through a geological landscape. You are exploring a petrified seabed, a forgotten kingdom of time. The stone forest isn't just a collection of pillars. It is a phantom forest, a city of giants, a tangible reminder that the driest places on Earth today may have once been the deepest parts of the ocean. A testament that our planet is always changing, always revealing its most ancient secrets.